scared to leave my house, so I cannot run free from this. Always being watched by you, and that's so inconsiderate. My privacy, does that exist? Probably haven't heard of it. Need to live a different life, cause lights and cameras are in it. 2027 live, all doors are for the violence. But yeah, I'm losing it. There's no one screaming.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Moon with Live. Andy here. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. For those of you that check in a little bit later, it's all good. I hope you're having a great day. I'll just run with it like that for now. Um, it's Friday, Debrief Friday. Another Debrief Friday, thankfully. Hopefully you've had a good week. Like I said, my week's been pretty good. I'm winding down. I'm winding down because things are getting ready to change again, and so we'll get into that in a bit. Not that there's much detail to really talk about, but um, nonetheless, it's another DB Friday, and today's more of a we'll say it's more of a music day. There's been things going on like opening. I think opening day was yesterday for baseball. I haven't even caught any highlights. I know baseball isn't going on, but one thing I do know as kind of a side note, and eh, take it as a joke because I guess just don't take it so seriously. But I didn't realize the Lakers were really bad this year. They have not been doing really. We haven't been doing well at all. And I just saw that, and I was saying that some of these contracts like 400 million, and there's like several of them, just over 400 million. I think that's what I saw. Like LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, um, and because I've been in me going to the gym, they have ESPN on, and I just kind of watched it when I'm getting warmed up. I kind of watch the news, sports news and whatnot. I'm there, and there's nothing to hear. I'm just reading the highlights. I'm reading like the I'm reading the whatever the bottom the not I keep wanting to say keynote, not the keynote. I keep wanting to read like the little like the titles and stuff for like just the titles of like what they're talking about, right? And one of them like how the Lakers aren't doing too hot, and even today they were still talking about how it's a low time for the I think the way they labeled it, it's a low time for the Lakers. Um, Injuries and some of these players don't know what they're gonna be like, what's gonna happen with their career with the Lake. What as a Laker right now, I think it was Anthony Davis that he was like, I don't know if he was interviewed or he made comments somewhere when asked about as far as like him playing with the Lakers and what his future kind of holds with the Lakers, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. Um, the reason why it's funny to me is because that team, in my opinion, has always been still a decently like overall good team. Like even when Kobe played, when Kobe and Shaq played, when it was just Shaq, when it was just whatever the situation may be, but they still had other players that could be a part of the 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 success of of the Lakers. And I remember them beating the Spurs a number of times and pissed me off because I am of all the sports, I think I'm more of a Spurs fan than I am like trying to choose between like the Rangers and the Astros. When it comes to the show on PS4, I changed to the Astros because the I didn't realize the Rangers, it's rough for them too. Anyways, but that's just something I've been seeing on the ESPN news. We'll say where 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 the Lakers are just not there. They just kind of like I guess to finish my point about the Lakers is because they're a bunch of individuals. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm talking about as a player. I've never liked LeBron. I've never liked Russell Westbrook. Um, I think of all those players that are over there right now, I think Anthony Davis is probably. I don't know because I don't follow Anthony Davis really, and I didn't even know, I didn't even remember about him until he came up on ESPN today. But I think he's probably one of the more team players of that little trio, that little group. Um, anybody else on the Lakers, I couldn't name them for you. And well, even the Spurs right now. I mean, I've been so far detached from basketball since all the other players left. Ginobili, Parker, Duncan. Once like those players started fanning out, and then like Kawhi Leonard, he just like sometimes feels like he just doesn't deserve certain things because he was with such a good team, and then once he got traded, it was this whole individual thing, and I'm like, dude, like, did the Spurs not teach you anything? Like, as far as like team, I'm not saying you shouldn't be the shining star or like oh, I'm the best one, but you obviously weren't, and I don't even know where he's at now. What his status is now as far as NBA goes, but it was just I just remember him transitioning and then it being like like a Kawhi Leonard like all eyes on me type thing, and and I was like, did the Spurs not teach you anything? These guys these veterans that won multiple championships or at the very least went through multiple playoff seasons for the past 20, 25 years. Did they not teach you anything about like how to play? Play your best game, but then also play as a team. Anyways, all my opinions, all my opinions. But opening day was yesterday for baseball. The Lakers are sucking right now in basketball. It seems like the Spurs are doing pretty good. I do follow them on Twitter, and I get their reposts and their retweets and all that stuff. Um, so it seems like they're doing okay. I don't know where their standings are. I've been so detached from basketball. I think by the playoff time for this season, depending if they're in or not, I think that's been another thing too. Is like because of my work and my actual schedule, whenever I'm not able to do this, um, I I I've been just so detached from the basketball scene because I'm only a fan of I'm not a fan of the Houston Rockets the Dallas Mavericks. Um, it's just just a San Antonio Spurs as far as basketball goes. But that's all I can think of for sports. The stock market seems like it's been like just kind of there. Yes, there's been some gains in certain companies and certain new companies, but overall, it seems like we're all like even I guess it's because it's the way I feel is like I'm just waiting. I'm just watching. I'm just watching, seeing what's being done. Like I think the biggest business news probably is the fact that Elon Musk bought 9.2% of Twitter, and so I think that's why I think because he made that move, and there's a bunch of Tesla stuff going on. Um, it's like from the for me from the business part of my brain, I'm just kind of sitting back and I'm just watching, I'm just observing, just here with my eyes open and my ears closed, eyes open, mouth closed, eyes and ears open, mouth closed because I'm just watching. I'm just watching to see what's going on, um, to see if anything is actually moving right from. So that's that. And so we can jump into the music for today. And again, the reason why I'm even recording earlier than I kind of normally do because I got a task here to do, which I'll mention in a second. I'm not gonna mention it yet, because if you're not watching this by now, by the time you watch this, it'll probably be a tad. No, it won't be too late to go, but um, it just depends when you watch it. Because if you watch this like even tomorrow, then this little thing that I'm gonna be go this thing that I'm gonna be doing with my friends, it'll already be over. And so, um, Charlie Puth put out a new song called "That's Hilarious," and he had been putting like little snippets and little pieces of like the production side of the song. Because I remember him posting about it like a while back. He was already kind of producing it when Light Switch came out, and I hated that he took so long. And it's all marketing thing. It's all marketing campaign, and he has to wait, and um, it's all a thing to get you to want even more. It's that psychological thing of making you wait so you want it more. And me being a music fan, um, obviously aside from country music, Light Switch, I will say the production of Light Switch because it feels like, and Brian mentioned because me and Brian when it came out because I was saying Brian, I'm like, dude, listen to this little excerpt. I'm like, I was waiting and I was looking forward to the song coming out. Um, but it's like if you see his TikToks on about Light Switch and kind of like what he like the little sound bites he did of an actual Light Switch, what he did with a bass, what he if he changed anything with a let's say a drums or piano or vocally or anything like that. He you could, if you follow his TikTok, you could follow along with that production. And for me, that's where I get real geeky and nerdy about it because I like that stuff. I like the creativity that goes behind it. I like the thought process because it's my brain's not built like that. Like if I think Charlie Puth, like he has like perfect. I don't know. I think he has perfect pitch, and I talk about perfect pitch versus like I have like a decent relative pitch. I can hear a song, and sometimes I know it's in G, let's say I know it's in G or A or D, um, and I might be off. You know, maybe it's in C sharp or G sharp or A flat G sharp, whatever. I might be off by a half step or something sometimes, but Charlie Puth having perfect pitch and just watching his brain try to create these things. I feel like with Light Switch, in my opinion, he's really honed in his his songwriting ability, yes, lyric writing ability, yes, but the production, the producing, and actually just sitting there and sometimes I wish I had that um, as far as sitting there and coming with it. And I feel like I have these ideas come up in my head in its own way, which is that to me actually doing the podcast. But um, musically, I do. I guess I could apply myself more to the music side of like if I wanted to produce. But every time I get it myself into and I open like just for the sake of simplicity, I open GarageBand. I start trying to create something. I get so far into my head as far as like, oh, I could go here, I could go here. Well, I could also go, double A, double B, double C. I could go freaking whatever. So deep into um, like a single piece that then the project actually doesn't get done. And yeah, and so yeah, I've never been the type to be able to. It's been a while, to sit down and get a podcast episode ready versus sit down and try to write a song. I also enjoy, and it's not that I don't enjoy songwriting or like do that, but the the patience I used to have, if I'm being honest, the patience I used to have for songwriting, it's not the same anymore. I think the last time I wrote something was months ago. Probably let's say December, and I spent a morning writing, and I got probably like a verse, and either I got a second verse and then the chorus. I think I got two verses, and then I started like diving into the chorus. But then like for me, like my brain kind of it dies out. Like it dies out. The idea dies out, and then I don't want to do it anymore. And then I come to the podcast, and I'm like, okay, we're talking about X, Y, or Z, right? So, anyways, devil's in the details. I've been talking about details and things of that nature for a while. Last week I released the blog. As far as details go, um, I get caught in the details, and it's like it could go anywhere. It could go anywhere, and so it's awesome seeing Charlie Puth go through his process and posting his process. So the newest song is called "That's Hilarious," which is it's a breakup song. Decently upbeat, has a good bass drop that I like. That's all like, oh, like it's good. And if you have a good sound system, it's even better. Or good sound system or good headphones. I'm sure they Apple earphones work just fine, but I prefer like JBLs or I have Audio Technicas, and then my truck has JBL sound system. So that's just my preference as far as quality. Um, I'm not trying to spend money on stuff that I don't plan on using to its fullest potential. Which I talked about that with now that I've gone back to single camera for now. I was actually supposed to get a second camera and it never came in. And I was gonna go to Best Buy, but I might just go tomorrow morning to have them cancel it because it's been it's been a week. They said I was supposed to have it like within like a day or two, and now it's like a week late. So, anyways, talking about details and devils and details and like me using the A10 Mini. Yes, I'm using it, but am I really using it? It's like I use it for a couple of episodes and then now I'm not using it anymore. Um, but yeah, That's Hilarious by Charlie Puth. It's a good one. It came out on my. I was very surprised because I get my radar release at midnight Eastern time, so then it's 11 o'clock here, so it's like technically early, but it's not. And so when I was going through my radar release for this week, I was like, and I saw his name, I'm like, oh shoot, like I didn't know he was releasing it now. I haven't, at least in the past few weeks, I haven't really kept up much. I'll see his stuff pop up, but like I didn't pay attention to what day, and I forgot that it's even the 8th of April. I know we're in April, but like I didn't. I haven't been in tune to what day it is. Really, not I really haven't. But that's one that that's been cool. Coast Wendell released a new song. I don't know how new this was because sometimes the radar release will still keep a song that's been up for like a month. They'll still give me a radar release of that song. I'm like, well, I know it's not new, bro. Like, give me. I want new music on my radar release. That's my preference. But Coast Window has a song titled "She Had Me" at Heads Carolina, which is, there's a song. I think it's Jody Messina. Heads Carolina tells California. Um, Let me make sure on that. Heads Carolina. But anyways, um, yeah. So it's Jody Messina came out a long time ago. Such a good song. Let me see what year it came out. It came out in an album 1996. Damn, that's pretty dope. And the whole premise of the song is how she's had him at when she started singing Heads Carolina. Um, she likes 90s songs the way I do, and that's why she's falling in love with her. But overall, the beat's pretty good. I listened to it only a couple times. I was like, okay, cool. As far as my radar is, it's just a song that I'm like, okay, cool. At least they're giving me something new, because it's kind of again, I don't like it when they're giving me a radar release and some of these songs are a month old and they're from a record that came out forever ago. It's like, no, just give me the new stuff. Some of the songs I've been listening to a lot, because of TikTok. Actually, I like the TikTok algorithm for the purpose of um, a lot of these unknown country artists. Alex Key is one of them. Ian Munsick. Yes, I knew about Ian Munsick, but I listened to him more when he started popping up on my TikTok. Corey Kent's another one. He has I ain't gonna picture. If you haven't heard the song, it's called "Wild as Her." It's the bridge after the solo. Girls have been using it for their TikToks, but I've been seeing it for other TikToks as well. But that's one of those songs where it pops up. I'm like, oh, it's a good song. I'm curious to who sings it. Um, and so when I heard that bridge part, that breakdown bridge part, I I thought the whole song. I thought that was the chorus. I thought that's the whole thing was. But if you listen to the actual song, it's like it's just the bridge. It's not even the chorus or like I don't know, some type of big outro chorus or something. Um, so Corey Kent, Ian Munsick, Courses Are Faster is another one that has popped up on my TikTok. Broadway Girls, um, No Resolve, Drew Jacobs, and Nate Good. Is it Nate Good or Nate Goodman? Nate Good. They did their own like breakdown version of the song. It's like heavy metalish. But Broadway Girls is the one that Morgan Wallen did with somebody. I don't know who they did it with, but they did it with somebody. Um, yeah. As far as this week goes, I think those are some of the songs that I've added to my top jams like Spotify list, and then Charlie Puth and Cole Swindell releasing these newer songs. It's been pretty cool. Been very very cool. And so the thing I'm gonna go do in a bit to jump into the next piece of this um, podcast episode, this live stream, which I again, it's the reason I've only been doing it twice a week is because I know I'm gonna have to go for another. I'm gonna have another pause. I'm still gonna try to release content, but as far as live streams go, as far as up to date content, um, it's not gonna be forever. I just don't know when exactly I'll be able to do another live stream, and I hate it. And that's why I've only been doing it twice a week because I knew this day, this time, this week was coming, um, where I'm gonna have to pack up all my stuff and then be on my next adventure, which is great. But for the sake of the podcast, it makes me again inconsistent for as far as live streams and whatnot. So that's that. But for tonight, for today, for the rest of the day, pretty much, I am gonna go see Josh Turner with my buddies Southern Ashes, which Matt Rodriguez. We just had him on recently. That was a fun podcast episode because I got to learn more about Matt, and we dove into music and whatnot. But it was a more general conversation, which I actually like to start with. Um, Nonetheless, they'll be opening up for Josh Turner tonight, Friday. So if you see this like at midnight or something. The concert's over, but if you happen to see it before then, we'll be out there hanging. I'll be out there hanging out with them. I am taking my camera. I'll be their media guy for today, which is pretty dope. I haven't done a concert. I've always been a part of the concert with my guitar, but it'll be interesting, and I hope that I can do some justice, get some good photos um, for them, and then um, it'll probably be like I'll say outdated as far as my mind goes whenever I'm able to live stream again and podcast again. But if need be, if can be, I will bring some of those pictures. And then you can follow, I mean, on my Instagram, there will be stuff definitely on the podcast Instagram, which is Andy underscore MWL. I don't know if I'll make a TikTok. Sometimes the TikTok ideas just like kind of come to my brain, then I'll do it. Even lately, I've been doing, with my electric guitar, I've been playing like solos and learning songs or learning and or relearning songs to post on there because it's something that the reason why I want to do that is because it interests me. I like doing that. I like playing guitar. I still like doing the actual thing as far as playing and listening to good music. So TikTok, Instagram, Andy underscore MWL is where you'll find most of the content that I'll be continuing. Um, but I'll be out there hanging out with Matt and his band, and we'll get to see Josh Turner tonight. Joe Nichols is playing tomorrow at Far Hub Fest. So if you see this tonight or tomorrow, you can go catch Joe Nichols over there. I won't be at that show. Matt will be at that show, playing at that show too. So that's pretty cool. They have a nice little double dip this weekend as far as awesome opening acts, opening act slots to fill. So he'll be with Josh Turner tonight, and then Joe Nichols tomorrow. Which Joe Nichols just released a new record, which I personally liked. I have a couple of the songs on my top jams playlist, and that's pretty dope. I won't be at that because I had to start packing up my stuff. But that's that. I think that's all I got for today. I knew it was gonna be like I didn't know I was gonna reach the 30 minutes, and I always say that. I always like I don't know if I'm gonna reach the 30 minutes this week, but I think I'm gonna stop there. Y'all can enjoy. Hopefully y'all can, and hopefully you will enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Get an Uber. Get a Lyft. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. If you're at Josh Turner tonight, I'll see you there. Come say hi. Hanging out. It's gonna be a good time. Last time I saw Josh Turner was back in 2018 when me and Eddie and the guys, all of us, the Eddie Signs band, got to open up for Josh Turner back in the day. I forgot who. I think it was us, and then the Powell Brothers, and then Josh Turner. That was a cool set. That was a cool show. It was a fun time. It was a fun time. It's always more enjoyable to do the it's always a little more enjoyable to do the 60-minute, 45-minute sets because you can create a show and you work on that show and you make it as best you can. So that's that. AndyAcosta.blog for AndyAcosta.blog for all stuff. Because I won't be making content as often. I will try to be more active with my blogging, Instagram stuff, TikToks. I have some ideas for TikTok, but I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of shy, so it's gonna take me a while to actually do some of the stuff I have planned for. It's gonna take me a little while, and it won't happen yet. But I do have some ideas. I do have some stuff saved. I do have some ideas written down that I want to do, and so yeah. Don't forget to. I don't want to double up. Let me raise this up a little bit. Don't forget to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Lead from the front if you have a team, if you have if you're the top person of the hierarchy. Ask for help if you need help. If you need help and you're the leader, ask for help. Someone has an answer most likely, or that someone should have the answer if you don't have an answer. Um, Here's what mentally and physically. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you all very, very soon. I appreciate it. For those that have tuned in, I appreciate it. I appreciate any feedback I have gotten. I hope that, again, I hope the time does come when I can bring you just full time content. That's one of the definite goals that I have in my head. It's just a matter of getting there and um, I need some more time to pass by as I get ready to hopefully make that jump to make content full time. That's the goal. I like it. I like bringing to the podcast. I like trying to think of ideas and getting. Sometimes I get real deep. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just music stuff, sports stuff, and sometimes I do have those deeper thoughts. I could have gone that way this way. I could have gone that way this time around, but I decided not to because I wanted to keep it light and fun. We'll say because um, light and fun because um, with me the last episode for a little while. So thank you. I appreciate it, and we'll see you all very very soon. Have a great Friday.